bounce about it in the training ground, in fans' places of work. The club is on the up. There's no question about it.
Did the blue half do enough today to get anything out of that?
I think in the second half, in various stages of the game, I would say yes. But I think after that goal, they kind of lost their way a little bit until later on in the game where they started trying to chuck balls in the box for pretty much the first time of the 90 minutes, giving Haaland something to try and fight for and feed off of. But in general, that big decision changed the game, and Man United capitalised on it.
We will discuss that big decision in great detail. But we are off and running on this Premier League Saturday. What a Manchester United's 10th consecutive win in a row in all competitions at Old Trafford takes them suddenly within 1 point of Manchester City. They've both won 12 games this season from their 18 games. Arsenal, as we know, play tomorrow. Newcastle do as well.
A famous win.
Oh, obviously, it's always important to win the game. Doesn't matter, as I said before the game, for us, doesn't matter the opponent, the most important is winning, and we did it. It was an amazing comeback, great effort from the team. I said it before the game to the team. We look like a team now. Some months ago, well, some time ago, you could see sometimes a team, sometimes a little bit, each one of us looking a little bit for ourselves, but now you see a proper team that works hard for each other, and you see that it pays.
The first goal was a little bit controversial, because Marcus was offside and you're in on goal. Did you shout? Did you call?
No, I think because I was facing the goal, Marcus probably saw that I was in a better position. I didn't know if any of us was on offside or not, but it doesn't have any influence because there was no one closer to him, so it doesn't make any influence on the teammates to defend. The only one close was one close to me, so it is what it is, but it's a goal at the end. We are really happy for that.
Marcus, the winner. I thought you were injured in the first half. You were going to make the second half. I mean, what a finish.
Just a little knock, but in games like this you have to just try and push through, and thankfully I managed to do that. Obviously scoring the goal at the end and winning the game. That's what we set out to do. As Bruno said, that's always the aim before every game. This game obviously is a little bit special, but either way we're pleased to have the 3 points and continue winning at Old Trafford.
Needed something to lift you, because at the start of the second half, City looked like they had control. Garnacho changed things. He added some pace in there, didn't he?
Yeah, it's a change of dynamics, and I think I've said this many times before, but the options that we've got coming off the bench, even when we've had injuries this year at times in the forward line, and everyone's played out of position. Bruno played out of position today. But as you can see, everyone's putting a shift in, and when you've got players like Garner, young, hungry, full of talent, ready to come on and make a difference, and anything's possible. But yeah, like I said, we're very pleased to manage to come back, win the game, get 3 points, and now it's about recovering and moving on to the next game.
And there's no doubting the significance of this result, particularly when you look back to October. You're now 1 point behind City.
That doesn't matter for us. We have to look forward. We have to look forward for the next game, because you can be closer, but if you don't keep winning, they will go. So the mentality now is to be celebrating, because it's a big win on the derby. It's a long day today, so we have to celebrate that. But from tomorrow, straight away head on Crystal Palace. It's always tough to play away there, we all know that. So our focus has to be straight on that.
It was a nice interchange for that first goal. I think he could do the same for Marcus. Hand that to Bruno, he's player of the match. Well done, gents, well played.
It was when Manchester City were 1-0 up and Bruno Fernandes' goal stood. So, what was the interpretation here?
Wow. Well, when I first saw the I thought Rashford's not touched the ball, not interfered, so it should be counted. When I watched it again, I'm actually changing my mind. I think he does make a movement towards the ball. I think if you take Rashford out the equation, possibly Ederson and the two players that are chasing him down all get there before Bruno. I believe that could happen. So he has definitely directly influenced that goal by being offside. And I think, on balance, it's probably an offside decision.
Berber?
Who knows what the rules are anymore? I mean, we are discussing here a lot of options, and if you ask Sean, he's going to tell you it's offside.
Well, we know that. We don't even need to ask that question.
Yeah,
if you're in Marcus Rashford's position there, has he been quite clever?
Yeah,
of course.
In letting Fernandes
And I
come
first thought that Fernandes was yelling at him to leave the ball, but obviously probably that wasn't the case because they asked him just now. But he was clever enough to lift the ball. And in my case, now I'm thinking he's in offside. I can agree with Mo as well, with Sean too. And that decision for the referee to make it straight away, because as Michael said, I looked and I now changed my mind, but the referee needs to react straight away there. Did they look the VAR as well? Because we didn't see anything.
Well, let's speak to Dermot Gallagher, because you say you're not sure what the law is and what VAR did. So Dermot, over to you, my friend. Explain away. What was the process?
Oh, massive decision, isn't it, Steve? You look at it, when I first see it, I thought it'd be flagged offside. When you drill down and you listen to what the referee says to the assistant, how they come to it, I can understand their reasoning.
What did they say?
Well, Darren Cann thinks it's offside, doesn't he? He sees Rashford in an offside position. This is what Darren sees. You can see he's quite clearly in an offside position. Well, offside isn't an offence in itself. Stuart Atwell, when he speaks to him, he's got to make up his mind on two aspects. A, does he touch the ball? Well, no, he doesn't. B, does he interfere with an opponent or impact on an opponent? Well, does he impact on Akanji? I'm not sure, because Akanji's always the wrong side of him. Does he impact on Walker? Definitely not, because Fernandes is always going to get there first. The goalkeeper, I'm not sure of. So what happens is Stuart's looking down the barrel. He will know the distance between Akanji and Rashford. He's taken the view that A, he hasn't impacted on play because he hasn't touched the ball. B, he hasn't impacted on an opponent, and he's given a goal. The reason they haven't gone to the screen and the VAR can't intervene is because it's not factual, it's a subjective decision, and the referee must make that decision. So therefore he's made that decision. There's no evidence to say he's wrong for the VAR, therefore goal's given.
Dermot, you know the run by Rashford, and in the rules. So let's talk about the run. He runs towards the corner flag. He's going, and then he makes almost a total change towards the other corner flag. So